What happens when a young black celebrity calls out a young white celebrity for cultural appropriation? People miss the point and throw the angry black woman stereotype around.
All right, y'all, this is Miss Francesca Ramsey from MTV's Decoded. This was a very Marxist MTV series that I actually used to watch in high school. She's about to tell us why white girls aren't allowed to wear braids.
You might know Amandela Stenberg as Rue from The Hunger Games, or as the super conscious 16-year-old who schooled 17-year-old Kylie Jenner on cultural appropriation.
I know Amandela Stenberg from the movie The Hate You Give, which is another very, very Marxist movie based on a very, very Marxist book. And another thing I know about Amandela is she has a white father, which will make her half white and half black. So when it comes to cultural appropriation, shouldn't she halfway be barred from wearing braids also? I don't really know how that works.
This week, when Kylie posted an Instagram photo of herself wearing cornrows, Amandela replied with, "When you appropriate black features and culture but fail to use your position of power to help black Americans by directing attention towards your wigs instead of police brutality or racism, hashtag white girls do it better." Translation, you love black culture but aren't concerned with supporting black people or black causes, and that's not.
So at some point, Kylie Jenner posted a picture in braids, cornrows to be more specific. And this young activist girl, Amandela Stenberg, with a white daddy, came under Kylie Jenner's post telling her that she needs to be virtue signaling before she wears braids. And obviously this guilt trip worked because Kylie Jenner definitely donated to Black Lives Matter. If I was Kylie Jenner, I would have told Amandela to kick rocks.
But most people didn't get that part of the message. Instead, they just focused on the hairstyle, asking, what's the big deal? White people can't wear corn?
I mean, these are the questions that any reasonable person would have asked. Because what really is the big deal? What triggered Amandela to comment under Kylie Jenner's post? It seems like it was the braids. The braids is what triggered her. Obviously, Amandela felt a sense of jealousy when she saw Kylie Jenner rocking cornrows.
Or in the words of Justin Bieber, guys, leave her alone. We're all trying to figure it out, and she happens to be under a microscope. I'm the first to know this. But saying she's racist because she wants braids in her hair is ridiculous.
Wow, Justin Bieber sounds super duper basic with that statement. Because y'all do sound ridiculous saying white girls wearing braids are racist. That makes zero sense.
Well, contrary to Justin's thoughts, the hairstyle isn't really the problem. And Amandela didn't call anyone racist. The bigger issue is that black people face stigmas and consequences for wearing cornrows, but they're considered edgy and high fashion when white people wear them.
I am so over black people using this excuse. Especially when I have sophisticated knowledge that y'all do not like y'all hair. I had a texturism series called It's Just Jokes. Texturism, by the way, is the disdain for kinky hair that black people have, specifically black women. I have multiple screenshots of black women putting down the very braids they claim they love so much. I have screenshots of black women saying they would prefer to wear a wig over braids. Yet this black woman, funded by MTV, is really trying to argue that black people don't wear braids because white people are so racist towards them. When in all actuality, y'all don't wear braids because y'all don't like them.
There are actually a number of company and school dress codes that don't allow cornrows. And until recently, the U.S. military banned cornrows and other natural black hairstyles, including locks. And
let me ask a simple question. If a job says that you cannot come in there with braids, and a white and a black girl both come in there with braids, will they or will they not both be fired for breaking the rules of the job? And don't lie to yourself.
Cultural appropriation basically comes down to, it's not okay when people of color do it, but it's great when white people do it. And that's the problem.
So cultural appropriation basically comes down to y'all being jealous. Okay.
Then when you look at the current state of racial politics, it's hella insulting to see someone mimic black culture, but never publicly support equality for black people.
So what it sounds like this lady is saying is that if you as a white person decide you want to put braids in your hair, you firstly need to write a letter to every black person and let them know how sorry you are for all oppression they faced in their lives. Y'all, this lady is cuckoo.
The media also focused on calling Amandela's comments an attack on Kylie Jenner. Bravo's Andy Cohen even dubbed her the jackhole of the day. That's right. Calling out cultural appropriation makes you a jackhole, not cultural appropriation.
Wow, it's crazy how much the media has changed in a few years. Nowadays, a white girl will literally get beat up for wearing braids and it won't be considered a hate crime. Nobody will talk about it.
I heard them saying something to the white girl. She had braids. The one that they beat up.
A police report says the attacker shouted white expletive with braids before the beatdown near the intersection of Washington and Winter Street.
But Amandela's too smart for that. She went right to Twitter and let folks know that she was not here for the angry black girl stereotype, saying, I have strong opinions. I'm not angry.
Not only was Amandela angry, she was also jealous of Kylie Jenner for having the confidence to post a picture in her cornrows. Most black girls hide their cornrows under wigs.
Here's the thing. When a black person voices their opinion about racism, they're not automatically angry. And even so, anger doesn't make an opinion less valid. Racism sucks. You're allowed to be angry about it. But the angry black woman stereotype was created specifically to shut down conversations about racism.
Okay, let's go back for a second. So Kylie Jenner posted a picture minding her own damn business. Amandela Stenberg, or whatever her name is, comes out of the post virtue signaling, accusing Kylie Jenner of cultural appropriation for her hairstyle. And now, because people are saying that Amandela is full of shit, she's suddenly a victim of racism. This is the BS I be talking about, y'all.
Calm down, you hysterical woman. You're too upset to make any sense. Racist and sexist much? Even worse, the stereotype has caused some black women to silence themselves for fear of being dubbed angry.
That sounds like a great thing. Sounds like y'all need to get called angry more often.
Being only 16, Amandela has a lot of guts to stand up for what she believes in, and I am so here for it. So what did you think of Amandela's comments on cultural appropriation?
I think that cultural appropriation is a made-up myth used to divide people. All I gotta say to black women who insist on being racist, if y'all don't want white women wearing braids, y'all need to cut it with the 613 bundles. No more blonde weave. I don't want to see it. Telling somebody they cannot do something based on their race is racist. Period.